Welcome to the States, Rams. How are you? Hope you can listen me. Hello, how are you?
Good, good. Thank you for having me here, Adrian.
Welcome. So it's a pleasure to have Astar with us, and a really big company right now, making some great agreements with Japan and technology business. So I think that you can explain better than me. So welcome to the States. You can start presenting your screen or whatever you want. Our team
Perfect.
will display it on the show.
Perfect. Okay, let me get the slides going. Thanks again for having me here. Here we go.
For sure. Perfect. There we go. So now I'm going to disappear. The stage is totally yours, and yeah, let's start building.
Perfect. Thanks again. So, I'm Rams. I'm part of the community growth leadership team and BizDev. So, I'm here to explain astar.network. It's a smart contract platform. It's an L1 for the multi-chain future, basically saying we want to be the spot where all the developers come for smart contracts. So a little bit about Astar. It's built on top of the layer 0 Polkadot, and we are offering support for DApps, the support of building DApps for EVM and WASM smart contracts. So we want to get the true interoperability between these two types of smart contracts as well, with the technology that exists here at Polkadot, XCM, and some of the technology that we're bringing called XVM, and a little bit more about that later as well. So we'll cover um, four major spots today. The problem that we're seeing today in blockchain, what we need to do. Of course, one of our focuses is Japan, and a little bit of the conclusion of where we're moving forward and what Astar 2.0 is. The problem. So we're seeing today that the concept of multi-chain is just to copy and paste Solidity contracts, what we see in Ethereum on mainnet, on other EVM chains. So we all know that there exist other L1s and L2s, and then maybe even L3s. There's talks about, or if not already exist. But a lot of this is just copying and pasting what we already see, just on different layers for different reasons: transaction speed, transaction cost, etc. So as a result, there are a lot of silos. This makes UX difficult for users through smart contracts are perfect. So we're seeing these little bubbles of basically communities and technology. And so we want to change that. So problem two, EVM has a lot of limitations. Uh, some major L1s don't even support EVM as a solution anymore. EVM, Ethereum, is an old technology. So a lot of technology gets replaced. As it gets older, new things come out, better technology comes out, and we're hoping to, show the world that using Polkadot and using our platform, our L1, you could have better technology. 8 years is old for a tech, for sure. And we could see some of the limitations it has already, how long it takes to upgrade, for example, and so on. Problem three, devs are paying the cost to develop and maintain the apps. So it costs a lot to create a product on top of blockchain. There's a lot to be considered. Um, some developers are probably not as deep pocketed as other teams. So this is a problem we're seeing. How do you maintain a product that you create for the users? So what we need. So there's four solutions on SR Network. The Polkadot cross chain messaging um, concept, also the build to earn, WebAssembly smart contracts, and then interoperability between the smart contract environments. Right now, the main smart contract development is EVM, the most popular one, but we're also bringing the WASM smart contracts uh, that let developers explore other languages to create their smart contracts. So true interoperability for multi-chain with trustless bridges. So we really want to go the route where we're having um, a connection with other chains without the need for bridges. So we see bridges being hacked. We see millions of dollars a year being lost to vulnerabilities on these bridges. So we're looking for ways to be interoperable in a trustless manner. So DApp staking is also one of the methods we're incorporating and have been using for quite a while. So about 3 years ago, Astar created it, and it's a way for developers to basically create a basic income for themselves, for their team, for their project. So developers can launch their product on Astar, can be listed as a DApp officially on our portal, on our basically web page, our interface, and then users could stake their Astar tokens onto these projects. The more tokens that are staked on the project, the higher the rewards. So investors, community members, anybody really can take their Astar tokens and basically invest in a project or support it by staking on them. And that's what we have 41 DApps right now that are under this process. It's called Build to Earn. And they are incentivized to continue to add features, to innovate. Um, and that way they attract more community members and stake on their product, on their DApp. So this has allowed for teams to basically um, grow their product as well and survive off the rewards. We don't need staking to secure the network because the Polkadot relay chain, the layer 0, does that for Astar. So instead, we took staking and using it as a way to pay developers. This has worked out well so far, and now we have an initiative called the Unstoppable Community Grants for small teams, where we bootstrapped your DApp. That means that we take funds from the treasury, from the community treasury, and we stake it on your DApp if it's approved by the community. If they like the pitch, if they like the proposal, and this way you could have a start, a bootstrap, basically, um, but with rewards that are generating to create your product on Astar. So this is our form of grants here at Astar Network, and it's in a way a unique grant because it's a trickle down grant, a faucet grant, basically, as you build. So at Astar, we also having the realization of a developer centric platform. So this developer-centric platform, we need to have all the tools for the developers that come from many different backgrounds. So we also have 2 virtual machines to supplement this platform for developers. That means this we have EVM compatible and WASM compatible at the same time, and we're making them interoperable. That means that even if you come from Ethereum or you come from other backgrounds where you know Rust and other blockchains that Rust is used perhaps, then you can start learning and start using our platform to create your smart contracts and your products. But at the same time, we want it to be compatible with users who probably aren't used to. So we're creating basically a all-in-one system, an all-in-one platform where you could use the unique wallets that we have here, the great teams at Subwallet and Talisman and Nova. You could use MetaMask, you could use whichever and interact whichever side you want, EVM or WASM. So that process is right now under construction. It should be available soon, and we're unifying this account basically. So any user from anywhere, mainly, from EVM or WASM can use our product and interact with Astar, um, whichever machine they want to build with. So this allows us also to help bring Web3 to Web2 by making it easier to interact with blockchain, create on blockchain, on our blockchain, and hopefully help these developers create the new products of the future. And one of the main focuses right now is Japan. Of course, it's not our only focus. We have roots in Japan, where astar.network, the founder, Sota Watanabe, um, basically created the idea and went with it about 4 years ago. It was previously called Plasm. Now it's called Astar. So in Japan, the Japanese Blockchain Association has voted Astar as the most popular um, blockchain in Japan. And there's many reasons why we say it's backed by Japan. We have connections with the government, part of major forums and groups with Web3 companies and Web2 companies as well, and enterprise companies. So we are growing rapidly there. Day by day, there's always new connections made, and the biz dev who are working there on the ground are also bringing these products and helping bring new products to Astar. Last year, we saw Japanese IPs, famous ones like the Final Fantasy artist Yoshitaka Amano, create his first NFT project on Astar, Candigo. This is, we considered it one of the major accomplishments as we onboard more Japanese IPs to Astar and just to blockchain in general. So we're looking forward to many more artists from all different backgrounds to come to Astar and use the blockchain for their products. We had a hackathon with Toyota, and they wanted to see products um, around DAO tooling. We had 430 registered participants, and this was in partnership with Polkadot, Web3 Foundation, Alchemy, and Hakuhoro Key 3, which is a big group in Japan, also reaching out to companies and helping them onboard to Astar and just with blockchain technology. So these types of enterprise level, workings and deals are helping basically, first of all, in the eyes of the public in Japan as well as the world, see that Astar is a major player and can work with the top 10 companies in Japan, and Toyota being one of the largest in the world. There's a lot of potential there and a lot of concepts that are being developed with blockchain tech. And most recently, we had a Sony and Astar incubation program where 18 teams were selected over, and there's actually, it was over 200 applications, not 80, that applied. And we saw them create and launch their product on Astar and demo it the demo day in Japan. So this was a great success, and those products that were highlighted are now developing even more features on top of Astar. So this again is another way where we're working with businesses. Uh, you can even call them tier one businesses to create products and showcase what Astar can do. Um, so the conclusion here is that besides the technology that we're trying to make more suited and more apt for all types of developers, we're also know there's a push that we need to have in the business section. So Astar has a two-way approach to how they deal in the space. Create good technology and using Polkadot as well as our security layer, and then also create good business partnerships So using those two factors, very simply, we will start seeing adoption, and we have been seeing a lot of adoption. Creating these examples also may influence other companies and other projects to use Astar. Um, some of the examples we have right now on how Astar is being used by businesses. The number one snacking company in Japan called Calbee is using them in their products, is using Astar to basically be the blockchain for their NFTs that are scanned from their potato chip bags, for example. Another more recent example was photo booths. The photo booths that are typical in the Asian region, as well as for myself here. I see them in the West Coast where I live. You could create these photos with your friends and then not only print them, but also create an NFT from them. Toyota and Sony seeking ways where what kind of products can come out, whether it's styles, NFTs, gaming, etc. There's even e-commerce projects that are using Astar. We have train companies that in Japan is using Astar Network for their um, proof of concept, which is using NFTs to reward their riders. So there's definitely more, and there are more to come. And we're happy to see that developers are choosing Astar, whether it's EVM or WASM, and building the tools of tomorrow. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Ram, for the presentation. That was really, really good, I have to say. Really deep into what is Astor. And yeah, I think that all our listeners will be really cool. We are going to see you sometimes this week, Rams, with Astor Distance, with Astor in Spanish. So we are excited for that. Thank you for coming for sure, and to the Astor team. Uh, and now we are running out of time, Ram. So I'm
Sure.
going to jump into the next one. Thank you for sure.
Okay.